Hello friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today's card is a literal case of a card I got from a friend. It's using the Warm Welcome Bundle with the Warm Welcome stamp set and the Warm Welcome dies. Yes, they have the same name. Exciting. So I have to tell you, I just love this card, but I totally cased it from my friend Debbie Mookie. She sent me this card and I was just mesmerized by it. It's technically so detailed, but yet simple. And I just had to share it with you, and I wanted to actually make it in my rendition because I was so amazed at how beautiful the coloring was on this. I mean, this door, the coloring is just fantastic. I was able to do the coloring in the inside here, but this door was amazing. But I kind of cheated, and that's okay. I'll show you how easy it is just to make it with a crumb cake door and still get a great effect on there. Like maybe if you hadn't seen this card, you would have went, ah, cool, cool. But when you see this and the coloring, it's amazing. But I have to admit that is not my forte, but I have to say also though that our Stampin' Blends make our coloring so much easier, but that is just beautiful. So thank you, Debbie Mookie, for this inspiration for this case. So I want to show a couple things here we did here. Well, on Debbie's card, see with this set, you have two different plates that can go in the front of your house, and you can have the smaller plate or you can have a larger plate. And I would have went downstairs to get the baby card to show you how I put the date of my friend's baby granddaughter's date. But you can look back on my blog for that, and I'll have it on the blog post. But I put 6 numbers in it. And so all the numbers cut out at the same time. Is that so cute? You could use this with any stamp set you have. You could write happy birthday or happy birthday number 7, you know, so you have all these cute, and it's just a perfect size. So you could put it on a small plate or one that's a little bit larger and have a longer number on it. So I wanted to bring that to your attention that she did this. I wanted to play around with something else here because I put this little welcome sign on here and welcome to my home with a little hanger that's absolutely adorable. I've got 2 doodles here for the week while my daughter is recovering from having my little grandson last week. So we're making an early morning video because my daughter has a wedding about 5 hours from here. So I get to go be the weekend nanny while they go to the wedding. So it's really exciting. So I'm getting this done here, and the dogs are here, and they may hopefully not bark, but they do tend to walk around here making a little noise. So here, let's get started here. We're gonna look here real quick at this stamp set. You have all these images, and these Warm Welcome dies that go with this Warm Welcome stamp set, the bundle. Now this isn't in the catalog right now, but you can find it online in the store. The item number 160698 is the stamp set. I'll also have the information on my blog post, CindyLeeBDesigns.com. Underneath the YouTube description, I have all the products I used. I have links to my blog, CindyLeeBDesigns.com, and I have all the measurements and products I used. But you can cut out all of these images that are in this stamp set and the door and an opening to the door with the Warm Welcome dies that match the name of the stamp set. So we're going to just take a look at some fun things that Debbie did. I love using a white card base, and this white card base is 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And then I like the fact that I'm going to use my bone folder. Usually a spoon out there. Okay, get a nice clean crisp corner there. I like using a white card base because it saves me the time of having to stamp add another white insert. However, if I mess up when I'm stamping on here, sometimes I do have to put a white insert on a white card. But a white card really made this card stand out there because of the white inside the door. So I loved how Debbie on her card made siding, you know, on the side of her card. And how we're going to do that is super simple. You can use your stamping trimmer to do it, but I am finding myself more and more leaning towards grabbing my, even though my trimmer is all-purpose, I love using my scoring tool. So we're just going to score it every 1/2 inch. So we're going to put the 4-inch side of, you get a much deeper score, and I'm going to show you how it looks against the other card, because I did use my trimmer. But you get you take a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece. This is Mossy Meadow, and then you're just going to score it with the 4-inch side at the top every 1/2 inch to get that simulation of like siding. Now I hope you can see this. Now do you see a little bit deeper of a score on with my scoring tool? And I kind of do like that. And this one was with my trimmer, but you can still definitely see it in person video, but it gives a little deeper of a score whenever you use your scoring tool. So we're just going to put that onto the front of the card here. Hopefully I got my glue that is cooperating with me, and I'm going to make sure I'm putting it on the right side there. Okay, it isn't. Okay, so we're going to put some glue on the back of that panel to get the front look of our house. Yes, our little grandson is just going to be a week old on Saturday. He's going on his first little road trip. So that's going to be fun. Okay, we've got the front of our card. And then what I'm going to show you what I did with the door. The door has kind of a thin, where did I put it? Oh, okay. The door kind of has a thin layer around it. So what I did is I used my Stamparatus. I put the door on it. I stamped it on a piece of white paper. I taped that white paper in place. Then I went and die cut a piece of white paper with just a blank. And then that gave me a piece that I could really get around and really see where the white goes around the door. Then I put it down and I taped it down so that it's not going to move. And then I cut out a blank one of my door and I popped it in place here. And it goes right in place. And then I just stamped with my Memento Black. So I'm going to ink this up. A little trick is to stick your stamp set under your Stamparatus to get a firm surface. Sorry for the shaking. I have a nice table in my stamp room, but everything seems to shake when I'm stamping on a video. And then I just brought it down. Get a nice clean stamp on there, and there you go. And I'll take your pick tool and use my putty end to get that out of there. And then see, I got a good stamped image there. Now what we're going to do with that stamped image is we're going to take another die that's in the set, and it cuts out the door. This is pretty easy to do because you can see the black line right around all of the edges on here, so that made it easy. And so I ran it through my Big Shot, and I end up with, by the magic of video, I end up with my door cut out there. So now I can start working on the inside of my card. Okay, so we've got these little pieces here we're going to use, and we're going to work on the inside of the card. Now I cut a piece after looking at Debbie's card. I cut a piece 1 3/4 by 3 1/8. So 3 1/8 inch tall and 1 3/4 wide. And we're just going to stamp our images on here. Now we're going to use the Let's Spend Some Time Together. Now, as you can see, this door is going to go over this white, and you use just so you can just center it right on there. And I'm going to do the Let's Spend Time Together. And I'm going to put it up a little higher because it was a little too low on the other card I did. My kitty cat just got in there. So I'm going to put it like, I'm going to say here, let's spend time together. Now I'm using Memento Black because you want to use that when you're using blends. And I am going to be using blends to color in these coffee cups. I love this stamp set. It is so versatile. Here is just a Just Because I Miss You card. Just a fun card. And this has two hands that are doing cheers with the coffee. And so I use my blends because I'm going to color this in. And the colors I used here are, I have them over here. One thing I have to tell you that I love that Debbie did on this card is she put this tiny little shadow using light sea foam, so soft sea foam, and she just put it right underneath and created this fun little shadow right underneath the image. And I'll tell you, it really adds to the card. So then she just did some green on the one arm. You can do these any color you like. A little bit of green, and then I have some other green here. And I am using actually Old Olive because it's on my desk, but she did use Mossy Meadow because of the color in the siding of the house. And then some Balmy Blue. I'm going to use dark and light, so I'm just going to color that in. The little stripes on the shirt remind me of my little grandson's little sleeper he had on yesterday. Oh gosh. So I did go into Target to buy, my daughter had ordered him a little kind of like tuxedo onesie to go to the wedding, and it was too big. And so I said, I'll stop at Target and find something. And I realized that Target, everything is out there for little girls, but not so much for little boys. So we need to find gray for the coffee cups. And I have to find where I put it. I have dark smoky slate here, but where is my light one? I think I'm going to finish up these coffee cups afterwards because I can't find my right marker that I used. I thought I have like 4 different projects going with markers right now, and I have them all, so I can't find it. Anyhow, we'll just color that in, which really perplexes me. Oh, I found it. Here it is. It was over. I was coloring some beaks on birds. So we did a light smoky slate here on this one, and dark smoky slate on the other coffee cup. So let me use my brush tip end here. Wow, these early morning eyes aren't so cooperating with me. I don't even think I'm awake, guys. There we go, our little coffee cup. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do on here is we're going to get this door put onto here. The easiest way I find to do this is I cut my foam strips the size I needed them. Now I'm going to be doing this for a class eventually, so I didn't mind cutting a whole bunch at one time. I'm going to put them, you think to yourself, do I want to put them on the door or do I want to put them on here? When I put them on here, if I get it wrong, I just think it's easier. I just went ahead and stuck them on the door. And remember, this door is 1 3/4 by 3 1/8. And I'm just going to put it right at the top of the door, right flush there. And then I cut 2 to fit here, and I'll put right flush with the end. And of course, cut them exactly right, Cindy, to go right up there. And then another one. I love these foam strips for these. Like, I'll cut up all my little dimensionals, but this one really worked well for having these. Worked well with this because I could put them right on the door. So always have a few of these handy. And they have a little wiggle room. And then you can see that I have that done up there. And I'm just going to pull off this tiny little snip off of here. Okie doke. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pull this protective covering off of here. And then I'm going to put my door, because this side and this side are going to go on, and this side too, but I'm just going to kind of line it up so that I can see that it goes right along there and that you don't see anything there. So that is how easy it is to put that on there. Okay, so then, of course, you're just going to put some glue. I just found this glue in one of my craft bags yesterday, and I thought I needed to use it up. So maybe I could get to where I have like one good glue going instead of 4. So did I put a dimensional under there? Yes, I went ahead and put a dimensional over here too. And it gives it the same height, so when it pops up off the card here. So you just kind of put that on the front of your card. I think I'm straight there. Okay, because we're going to put on this little 1/4 inch strip that's 1/4 inch by 3, and that's just going to be our little step right here on the porch. And I just put it just like Debbie. I texted Debbie a picture of this card, and I said, this card is perfection. I just love it. I always try to do something to make each card my own, change it up a little bit here and there, but I said, I really can't do that. I just love this card. And she was so tickled. So remember, people really like things that you send. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put this little welcome sign at the, and I'm going to see that I did not stamp it yet, so that was silly. I thought I had, but we are just going to pray to Stampin' Jesus that I can do this whenever I'm ready to do it. So don't do as I say, don't do as I do as I say. So we're going to put this cute little crumb cake hanger on here, which, putting the glue on here, I think it would just be easier if I had just die cut another one. So let's just get this on here. Yeah, I would never usually use glue on this, but it's gonna work. I just feel it. Okay, so this is gonna, I stuck it on, oh, see, we have to literally, okay, we will die cut one. Or let's pretend that we already did do that die cutting, okay? So I just die cut this adorable little hanger here, and I stamped welcome to my home and put this little, oh, I love that crumb cake bow on there. And then in the inside, I just stamped the miss you, miss you, miss you 3 different times with 3 little hearts. And I do believe this was my real red that I had on my stamping desk. And usually when you're stamping something, if you remember the rules of 3, like 3 pearl embellishments or 3, so this makes a nice little inside, miss you, miss you, miss you, heart, heart, heart. And that was the inside. And I can do little kitty cat here. I'll show you how. I'm thinking that Debbie, what she did was use, it's like got these kind of cute little like speckles in it. So I think what she did was I went ahead and colored that cat with light daffodil. So I gave him a light daffodil, And sorry I did not stamp that welcome sign, but I think you guys can figure that out. I just, I'm crushed for time right now. And, okay, so then next thing we'll do is we're just gonna take a few, this is my light mango melody, and I do know that this is not available right now, but you could take your dark daffodil delight, but just put a few little variations of color into that. It's almost going to look like the stripes on the cat. So I thought that was super cute. And then you just put that right on to the doorpost here. And I may, you know what, since we don't have the welcome sign there, I might put numbers on there, and you can see what this card looks like on my blog with the numbers on it. So there we go. Ta-da! Isn't that adorable? So simple to make, but I think the little details make it look like an extremely complicated card and really pleasing to the eye, but it is simple enough by just scoring the outside of your mossy meadow or whatever color house you want to do. You could put your house number or your recipient's house number on there. Cute little kitty. So many different sentiments in here. I played around with this one here. My door is always open for you. You could put that on the front of the card. And inside, knowing you feels like coming home. Open house, open heart, open mind. Little one makes it a baby card. Flowers. Hello, it's your day. Of course, we couldn't miss it's your day because you don't have any of those in any of your stamp sets, do you? And just so many fun little things you can do with this warm welcome bundle with all the things that can be cut out with the dies. So I am so thankful that my friend Debbie with her beautiful artistic coloring made this card so that I could make one and show you how cute it turns out. So I want to thank you for buzzing by. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email cindyleeb@gmail.com. Subscribe to my blog and you'll get a blog post from me, a notification from WordPress when I post, usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with a video on Wednesdays. But remember, if you want to contact me, email me at cindyleeb@gmail.com, because if you respond to the blog post you received, it will be public. So it's okay to send back those wonderful, encouraging comments that you do, but if you send me information with like personal things in it, it will be public if I don't catch it. So just use my email, cindyleeb@gmail.com. You can also text me or call me at 724-323-2296 if you have any questions or you want to show me some of your creations. I love that. Thanks for buzzing by, friends.